Hey everybody, I'm going to be doing chapter 10.1 today, which is measures of center. So we're doing 10.1. This can be found on page 434 if you want to follow along. And it has to do with measures of center. And you've probably already done this before. This has to do with statistics. So you probably have already seen this. And this is going to be where we're going to be talking about mean, median, and mode. We'll be talking about those three centers of three measures of center that we're going to use. And so let's just get an example here. Let's just say that I polled 5 of you in the classroom, and Clara said that in the last 6 months she made $0. Will said he made $0. Hunter said he made $25. Grace made $75, and let's say Shay made $100. So based on in the last 6 months, this is how much people have made, 5 of you have made in the classroom. And I want to try to see what is the average income of 5 of the people in the classroom. So mean is going to be where you add up all of the numbers and you divide by how many numbers are there. So I'm going to take 0 plus 0 plus 25 plus 75 plus 100. I'm going to add all those together, and that's going to be 200. So 200, and I'm going to divide that by how many numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to divide that by 5. So 200 divided by 5 is 40. So the mean for the income for all the people, for these 5 people that are in the classroom, is $40. The mean is $40. And that's about the average of what 5 of you can make in any given time. Okay, so that was mean. You just add up all the numbers that are there and divide by how many numbers are there. Median is a little bit different. Median, just like the middle of the road that we see, those are medians. That's just going to be where we just take the middle. And so you have to put these in order. You're going to put 0, 0, 25, 75, put them in order number wise. And then you look at the exact center. In this case, it's 25. So the median is going to be the exact middle, which is 25. Now, what if I'd had 2 numbers that were the same there? Then I would average them together. And I'll show you an example of that in a minute. So that would be median, just taking the very center. Mode is going to be when the number is repeated. So if I have a number that is repeated more than once there, then that's going to be my mode. And in this case, 0 was repeated twice. So my mode is actually $0. So my mode is 0, my median is 25. We already calculated the mean, which was 40. And you can see they give me 3 different centers there, but that's okay because sometimes we need different ways of describing our data. If I were to trying to help you get more money, I might use the mode, because I might tell your parents, you know, these poor kids, I feel really badly for them. The average that they make is $0 in 6 months, so you need to give them a raise. So I might use mode if I wanted to try to explain that to your parents how you need more money. I might want to use mean, because it's $40, it's a little bit more, if I wanted to convince Mother Gigi that you all are a hard-working bunch of people and you make a lot of money, and $40 is how much on average that you would make. So there's different ways of using it, and you would explain what, you know, why would you use which based on what you're trying to prove. You know, what are you trying to tell the world? And in this case, mode would be the best one if I wanted to get more money for you, but if I wanted to prove that you're hard workers, I might want to use mean instead, and median right there in the center. Let's look at the same data, but now I'm going to add another data point. And the data point I'm going to add is Scrooge McDuck. He makes $42 million in the past 6 months. All right, so we had all these other people, the 5 people in the classroom, they made 0, 0, 25, 75, 100, and then Scrooge McDuck comes and he makes 42 million. And now I'm going to do the same data. I'm going to say mean is going to be where I add everything together. So it's a 0 plus a 0 plus 25 plus 75 plus 100 plus 42 million. Okay, so I'm going to add all those together and I get 42 million 42,200,000. And I'm going to take that number and I'm going to divide it. I'm going to divide it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to divide it by 6 now. And so I'm going to take 42 million, divide it by 6, and I get, what is it, 7, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's going to be a 3, put 18, 20, it's going to be a 3. So we'll just stop right there. So my mean is going to be $7,033. $7,033. And that does not seem very fair, does it? Because 5 of you are not making even close to 7 million at all. And it seems very unfair to use that as an average when Scrooge McDuck has definitely caused it to go out of balance like that. Let's look at median. So median is going to be where I take the middle of the road. And so I go 0, 0, 25, 75, 100, and then 42 million. All right, so now I got that right there. 0, 0, 0. Okay, and I'm going to go in the very middle. So I go 1, dun, dun, and right here is the very middle, 75 to 25. And so when you have 2, because here I've got an even number of things right there, what I can do is I can just find the average of that. So 75 plus 25 divided by 2 would give me 50. So my median is $50. So notice what a huge difference this is. The mean was $7,033. The median is $50. Now, when you look at the data here, it makes a lot more sense, I think, to say on average, most of the people there are making about $50. It's not fair to use the 7 million because you all aren't seeing that at all. Okay, what if I did the mode? And the mode is going to be what it was before. The only thing that's repeated is the $0. So my mode is 0. My median was $50. And my mean was $7,033. Okay, there we go, right there. So here is all the different centers that I have for this data. If I was trying to make the case of how much money the majority of you are making, I think I would probably use mode or median. I wouldn't be using mean because it's not very fair to include Scrooge McDuck's income with y'all's because he's making so much more. And when I look at the data, when I look at this data up here, I can definitely say that there is something called an outlier. And an outlier is going to be a point with the data that doesn't quite fit. It just doesn't fit. When we looked at it on a number line, it was all by itself. It was way far away. And so a lot of times what statisticians will do is they will remove the outliers because it just doesn't make sense. For whatever reason, you have this screwy number in there and it just doesn't make sense. And so they'll remove it and then they'll just use the data that they have elsewhere. So the outlier is going to be that, that one point that just doesn't fit. Let me see. And there's something I want to say about outlier. No, I don't. Okay, so an outlier is going to be something that doesn't fit. When I look, if you want to look at the pages that we have on pages 434 through 437, they give a lot of practice problems to show you how to work different things. I'm going to have you work problems 1 through 10 on page 437. And you're going to have to be doing these 3 different types, the mode, the median, and the mean. On page, if you go and look on page, at the bottom of page 435, let me see if I can bring that over here. You can see that it gives you a great explanation about what a mean, a median, and a mode is, and when you want to use that kind of data, and when is that important. So that might be an important thing to look at when you're doing the data. give me a question or give me a call if you're having any problems with this, and I will hopefully help you. So good luck with the homework. Hope it goes well.